Okay, so you're building a Shopify store. That's awesome. But here's the thing. A lot of new stores, well, they don't make it past the first few months. And you know why? It usually boils down to a handful of critical but totally avoidable mistakes. So, in the next few minutes, we're going to walk through the 5 biggest launch mistakes so you can just sidestep them and build a business that actually sticks around. You've got the product, you've got the vision, you've got that fire to build something of your own. That energy, that's your number one asset. Let's just make sure we're pointing it in the right direction from day one. Because being successful isn't just about all the smart things you do, it's also about dodging the common traps that can just drain your wallet and, honestly, your motivation. So let's dive into the first one. All right, mistake number 1. This is a big one. It's the trap of trying to be everything to everybody. See, when you try to sell to the whole world, your brand gets fuzzy, your marketing becomes a nightmare, and you end up really connecting with nobody. I mean, just look at the difference here. Clothing for everyone? That is a black hole for your marketing budget. But eco-friendly clothing for kids? Now that's a laser-focused brand. You instantly know who your customer is, what they believe in, and where you can actually find them online. So how do you fix this? It's really a 3-step dance. First, you have to define that super specific niche so you actually stand out. Then you've got to get obsessed with your target audience. What are they reading? Who are they following on Instagram? And finally, you use Shopify apps to collect real data on your customers to fine-tune everything. And hey, here's a pro tip that ties this all together for Google. Your homepage needs to scream your niche from the rooftops. Using a really specific phrase like this helps search engines play matchmaker and connect you directly with the people who are literally searching for what you sell. Now, let's say you've got the perfect niche. You can still lose a ton of customers if you make mistake number 2, completely forgetting about the mobile experience. Let's be real. In today's world, if your store doesn't look and work perfectly on a phone, you're basically invisible to most of your potential buyers. 70%. Just let that sink in. That's how many of your shoppers are buying stuff on their smartphones. This isn't a trend anymore. It's just how people shop. A clunky, slow mobile site doesn't just annoy people, it actively costs you money. The fix, thankfully, is pretty straightforward. You've got to start with a solid foundation. Choose an adaptive theme. Great ones like Prestige or Turbo are built for this. Then you have to become your own customer. Seriously, test everything on different phones. And most importantly, make that mobile checkout process so easy it's almost effortless. And remember, it is not just about how it looks, it's about how fast it is. Use a free tool like Google PageSpeed Insights. A faster mobile site doesn't just keep customers from bouncing, it also gives you a nice little boost in your search rankings. Win-win. Okay, so you've nailed your niche, your mobile site is lightning fast, but then the customer actually lands on your product page. And this is where mistake number 3 happens all the time. Weak product pages are where good sales go to die. To make your product pages pop, you really need 3 things. First, write descriptions that are all about the benefits, not just the features. How is this thing going to make their life better? Second, you have to show, don't just tell. Use amazing photos and videos from every angle. And third, build trust with social proof. Apps like Luke's or Judge.me make it so easy to show off real customer reviews. And of course, this is a huge play for your SEO strategy too. Weave your keywords into your product titles and descriptions. It's a simple little tweak that means when someone searches for a wool blanket in Ukraine, they land right on your page, not your competitors. Yes, your product page worked. They've added it to their cart. They're ready to buy. But now you hit mistake number 4. This is where surprise shipping costs or not having the right payment options can create friction right at the finish line. It's the worst. The key here is to give people options and things they recognize. People trust what they know, so seeing familiar names like Stripe and PayPal makes a huge difference. And it's the same for shipping. Offering both a standard and an express option lets the customer feel like they're in control. It's really this simple. Use the payment systems people already know and trust. Give them choices for delivery, and please be totally upfront about shipping costs from the very beginning. Nobody likes a nasty surprise fee when they're about to check out. You know, a fantastic pro tip here is to just get ahead of it. Create a whole FAQ page that answers every single question someone might have about paying and shipping. This not only makes your customers feel more confident, but it also becomes this amazing asset for SEO. catching people who are searching for that exact info. And that brings us to our fifth and final mistake. And honestly, this one might be the most heartbreaking of them all. You can build the most beautiful, perfect, user-friendly store in the world, but if you don't have a plan to get people to actually visit it, it's just a beautiful storefront on an empty street. So the answer is a marketing mix. You use paid ads on places like Facebook and Google to get that immediate traffic. You build a long-term relationship with customers using email marketing. Tools like Klaviyo are great for this. And you create genuinely useful content that draws people to you naturally, setting you up as an expert. And this is where content marketing is just so powerful. You stop just trying to sell something, and you start becoming a trusted resource. When you write articles that actually help your audience, you build trust, you build authority, and you attract exactly the right kind of person to your store. So when you really boil it all down, what's the secret sauce? Success on Shopify isn't some magic trick. It's about combining that big picture strategic planning with a super focused, almost obsessive attention to the little details that make for a great customer experience. And please, remember this. Every single one of these mistakes isn't a failure. Not at all. It's just feedback. It's a signpost that's pointing you exactly where you can improve and make your business even stronger for your customers. So I'll just leave you with this question. After hearing about these 5 things, think about your own store or the one you're planning. Which one of these areas feels like your biggest opportunity right now? Just pick one and go take action on it today.